NASA knows a secret about you. The US government has a secret about you. The elite have a secret about you. There's a reason that black cells are literally in outer space. Your royal DNA cellular bloodline is filled with the God particle, but it lies dormant within you. Beloved, my name is Vicky Dillard. I received supernatural insight concerning your messenger DNA code from a supernatural messenger. If you're not supernatural, this isn't for you, but if it's for you, you don't want to miss my ancestral messenger DNA code activation part 2 on the most magical day of the year. Don't miss it. The link is below. Signs and wonders follow. Don't miss it. 12/12/21 is your day to ascend into your God particle.
Greetings, family. I'm Dr. Jamille Harrell-Sims, and I'm a proud contributor to the African Diaspora News Network. Please make sure you click like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the little bell that you know each time we upload a new video. Today, this commentary is going to be very difficult for me to give, but it needs to be known. So please excuse me if I seem a little emotional, but when I explain this story to you, I don't see how you could not feel anything, especially if you are a parent. So I was contacted by Robert and Joy Lisby of Fort Peters, Florida. They have a set of twins. One of the twins, Israel, was 1 year old, was having shortness of breath. So Joy, the mother, contacted her husband and said, something's going on with the baby. We need to get him to a hospital. So the baby was rushed to Longwood Regional Medical Center. And when they arrived, the parents were told that the hospital worked on their baby for 55 minutes and he did not survive. They put the sheet over him and informed the parents of their baby's passing. But 12 minutes later, they later came back and told the parents that he was in stable condition. They moved the baby upstairs, I guess, to a neonatal ICU ward. They sent them upstairs. And so the mother had a lot of questions, as to why they were, what was going on and how could they pronounce him dead, and, just a lot of questions. I would if I were a parent. So they moved the baby upstairs and they told her they were going to sedate the baby so the baby wouldn't be in pain. Now, she stated that she was able to see her child and the child had some movement and she was holding the baby's hands. And so if he's in stable condition, why does he need to be sedated? So she's asking questions. And so they told her so he wouldn't be in pain. 3 hours later, now she's asking questions. What's going on with my baby? What do you think it is? Why are you sedating him? Why did you pronounce him dead? Why did you get, something's not right. It's not sounding right to me. And the security guard came up to her 3 hours later. She's in the hospital. Her husband leaves to go check on the other children. And security told her that she had to leave the hospital because of her tone. That's what they always say about us black women, our tone. And she was like, what tone? What have I done? I'm just asking questions. Well, she's asking too many questions. So security came and they brought an officer and they kicked her out. Well, her husband came, kicked them both out. And they were told that DCFS was contacted and that they would be going to court in the morning. And they're like, why is DCFS contacted? What's going on? Keep in mind that they informed me that there is a genetic something, in their family, and they had already lost a child to something similar. So they go home and they're told they're going to be in court the next morning. But at 3 a.m., she said, the marshals or SWAT and DCFS came knocking on their door. They removed her children. They searched her house. And so they found nothing wrong. They took her children and told them that they had a temporary restraining order placed on them by the hospital. Now, this is on April 30th, 8:15 in the morning. The hospital has a temporary restraining order on them, but they're saying that the parents are not suspects. They're not suspected any foul play, but they've restrained them from the hospital. So May 4th, this is 2021, the baby's sent to the funeral home. They just want to lay their child to rest. The funeral director warned that an autopsy was done on the child. And the parents were informed that the baby's eyes, he said, I've got to warn you about your child and how the child looks. They said the baby's eyes were gone. They were removed. The brain was removed. All the organs were removed. And so Mrs. Lisby stated that it looked like they had sewn their child up with the rope. Now, this was a story that it's hard to believe. I'm going to admit it's hard to believe, but then really considering how they've done us throughout history, it's not hard to believe. So she said that she saw her son and that the baby's eyes were gone. The brain was gone. All the organs were gone. And there was no toe tag to identify her child with. And there was no organ list. And so she's asking, where are her child's organs? And they, for 6 or 7 months, have been trying to get the pathology report, but they keep being told it's not ready. They have a change.org petition asking for signatures so that they can get this information and find out what's going on with their child. What happened, actually, he's been laid to rest, but what happened to their child? Now, I'm going to tell you, I was getting ready to do this segment, and I needed to know, I need to make sure of the name of the parents. So I went on and looked, and I saw the pictures. They asked me if I want to see the pictures because they say a lot of people don't believe them. Then they see the pictures, they're very disturbed. People don't know what to say. People just back up. I didn't want to see the pictures. I'm a parent, I'm a mother, and I didn't want to see it. But I was just trying to make sure I had, some information correct as far as their name. And I saw the pictures. They were there. And it's very disturbing. It's very, very, very disturbing. I've seen a lot of things in my 3 careers, but I've not seen anything like that. I'm not a baby. Brothers and sisters, this is not the only situation going on. There are so many situations. And what's happening is some situations you wouldn't know, people are reaching out to me. Please don't inundate me with a lot of too many stories, because I'm a busy person, but if there's something that I really think that we need to know about, we needed to know about this. Listen, family. Where are Israel's organs? What really happened? How do you pronounce a child deceased and then 12 minutes later he's warmed up and he comes back? You're a hospital. You're supposed to know when everything shuts down. That's why you have all those machines. That's why you spend 22 years in college, in medical school, doing internships, masters, bachelors. This is why you have all that. I'm going to say this to you, family. Number one is in medical schools, and I have a few friends who are medical doctors. They actually do teach that we can handle pain better than anyone else. And this is why you sit in the hospital in pain and they don't want to give you any pain medication. Yet Mzungu gets in pain, they get the medication, and they turn around and get addicted to the medication. I've said it before, I'll say it again. In fact, this is just going to have to be my permanent background, because we are people of sight and symbolism, and seeing is believing. You see all these natural from the Most High Yah's medicinal properties, herbs, tinctures, all that. 2020 has taught us that we can't trust everything we hear. Listen, this was hard for me to believe. We can't trust everything. We can't put our trust in people who, number one, as Dr. Khalid Muhammad said, you can't expect the people that don't treat you right to teach you right. We have been lied to. We have been used as cadavers while we're still breathing. This is a historical fact. Historical fact. I can name several cases. How do you think we got some of this surgery that we have? Who do you think were the lab rats? Brothers and sisters, stop playing games with each other. Stop hating each other. Stop trying to be what you're not. Chase the bag, cool. Why don't you chase your health? Why don't you find, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm in shock. I'm in shock. I'm not shocked that they would take the child's organs, because I know they steal. How do you think we got all these cures? Henrietta Lacks. They didn't ask permission to take any of her cells. The Gila cell, look it up. They didn't ask to take Henrietta Lacks cells. They took her cells, used them, created all these constituents to heal human beings. Not once did they compensate her family. To this day, not once, in the name of science. Brothers and sisters, you better keep your eye on these medical professionals. You better keep your eye. You better know the reputation of a hospital that your child's. I know when it's an emergency, you got to do what you got to do. But if you don't ask questions, let me tell you why they do us like that. Because we often, and this happens, I'm talking to you people who think that, you can trust the government, or you can trust this and you can trust that. You trust nothing. Trust nothing. Listen, people. Our problem is that we scream and holler, they throw us a bone, and then we shut up. Hush money. A lot of hush money. We're going to give you this because we know you're poor and struggling. Keep your mouth shut. This couple says they have been harassed. This couple says they don't. There's a lot they said I don't want to say on here, but I'm going to say this. They need our support. Where are our attorneys besides Ben Crump? Where are our attorneys that are not afraid to fight? We are so afraid of these folk that we'll sit there and let them do whatever they want to us. And it's been going on for 500 years. And this is why we're still in this condition. We're really not much. The only difference between us now and in the 50s and in the 30s, they're still lynching us. Medical apartheid. The only difference is we have more money and we have education. We can live where we want to live, but we are still being dogged out. You better watch that ally shit, that performance ally shit. People who say they're allies and really are not. You better watch everybody. Keep your head on a swivel, family. I need to decompress after seeing what I saw. I need to get it out my head. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Until the next time, may the Most High bless you, keep you well, keep you safe. Shalom.
Colonization never ended in the white supremacist system. And as we see today, the colonization is in the mind. Now, those who have been enslaved and those who have been colonized. We're still dealing with the remnants of that through the colonization of the mind. Pick up my book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, and we will help deprogram you from the colonization that was put upon you by generations and generations of white supremacy. You can pick it up today on Amazon.com.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and download the African Diaspora News Channel app, now available on Google Play and the Apple App Store.